Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to today's video. Going to have a look at the weather for the next 10 to 14 days for today's video. Day 10 takes us to around the 10th of July. We'll be able to extend out beyond that. We extended GFS and ECM ensembles running around a couple of weeks. So that'll take us more or less through the first half of July. Actually, last day of June, of course. Today, 30th of June. Have a look at CFS V2 at the end of the video for the next 4 weeks as well. So I'll get on with that for you very shortly. Just say that earlier on today we released the GWV 30-day look ahead for the UK and Europe. That's looking at temperature and precipitation anomalies for the next 4 weeks. We'll extend out beyond that for weeks 5 and 6 in our live stream tomorrow from 6 o'clock in the evening. And also the first season model roundup for the autumn of 2020. That video was the first video up today. And I shall get that on the autumn updates page at GavsWeatherVids.com this evening, hopefully, or if not tomorrow morning, and there'll be a written summary that goes with that as well. Right, before I do anything else, I'm going to tell you about our latest channel member. So, hello and thank you so much to Ken for becoming a GavsWeatherVids channel member. There is an offer that's available to UK-based viewers. So if you're a YouTube Premium member, you have until the end of today to get free channel membership through YouTube Premium. I should have been telling you about this over the past few days, weeks, but with so much going on, it slipped my mind. But I think Ken has taken advantage of that offer, and you've got until like the end of today to take advantage of that. If you're a YouTube Premium member, you can get free channel membership for GavsWeatherVids. So big thank you to Ken for becoming a GavsWeatherVids channel member. We've got a couple more to shout out as well through the rest of this week, so thank you so much to Ken. I think we're at 39 channel members, so we just need one more to get to 40, so that's absolutely outstanding. It's amazing. Thank you so much to all of our channel members and PayPal donors and patrons and so on. You're so kind to me. So thank you so much to all of you for your support. And, of course, thank you so much to Ken. Right, as far as the subs are concerned, so the current standing with the subscribers to the channel is, I think at the last count, it's going up every time I look at it at the moment, but at the last count, it was, I think, 9,966. So to get to 7k, we've got to put on another 34, got another 34 to go to get to 7k subscribers. When we get to 7k subscribers, I'm going to have a little bit of a break. I'm going to take a few days off because it has been a real hard work over the past few weeks and months to turn things around from the way we were in the doldrums back around April time when we was in the start of the lockdown, the coronavirus. So I really have been working very, very hard. I've probably worked the hardest that I've ever worked outside of winter update season over the past few weeks to get things turned around in terms of the views and whatnot. And I've done it. We've done it together. But it's taken a lot of hard work. So when I get to 7k subscribers, I am going to take a little bit of a break for a few days. But we have still got a bit more work to do. Got 34 left to put on to get to 7k. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please can you click subscribe and enable all notifications. You'll be notified then when we're live streaming and releasing content. Tell your friends, tell your family, and yeah, that would be absolutely great if you could do that for GavsWeatherVids. Thank you so much to all of you for your support. Just 34 more to go, so we are getting really close now to our target of 7k subscribers, and it would be nice if we could do it before I take my break, I have to say. So let's hope we can get it sorted in the next few days. And thank you so much, everybody, for the support. And as I keep saying, our promise is we're going to keep recording, we're going to keep uploading, we're going to keep live streaming, we're going to keep bringing you the content that you want. We're going to keep doing the written stuff on the website. I updated the blog at GavsWeatherVids.com last night. We're going to keep all of that going as well, and we're just going to keep the content coming. So thank you so much to all of you for your support. Okay, let's get on with the video then, and we're going to start off with the latest observations from XC Weather. So it's pretty cool out there. this afternoon. Pretty cool. Our maximum temperature is flashing away as just 19 degrees. Very, very poor for midday on the last day of June. 19 degrees up here across Dundee. Dundee Riverside is at 19 degrees. But otherwise, we're sort of mid-teens. Waddington there across eastern England just at 15. Leeming is at 16. Birmingham is at 16. Boscombe Down is at 15. Thorney Island on the south coast only at 16. I mean, these are very poor temperatures for midday on the last day of June. Cambridge is at 17. Sennybridge at 12. Rhyl at just 16. St Bees Head is at 13. Belfast is at 13, and Prestwick Airport is at just 14, going into the far north country. Athara is at 14. So most places are only mid-teens, one or two places managing to pop up to like upper teens, but it's not great. Those are not great midday temperatures for the last day of June. So it is pretty cool. We're ending June on a pretty cool note, you have to say. These are the GFS upper air temperature and precipitation ensembles for the next couple of weeks for London from our wet to central. So red line is 30-year upper air temperature average for London. You can see that at the moment we're sort of average, maybe going to go a little bit above tomorrow, but not particularly exciting. And then dropping back again actually through the rest of this week. Over weekend into next week, it does turn a little bit warmer then. Still, some of these ensemble levels are actually getting the temperature to 15 degrees at 850 HPA. So they're actually turning things very warm just for a day or so late in the weekend and through the early part of next week. But then dropping back again, look. And overall, that is a pretty cool ensemble graph really for the first half of July now. This does take us up to the middle of the month. That's 15th of July just there. Except that little warm-up we've got around sort of the 5th, 6th of July. Overall, that's a pretty cool ensemble. Precipitation-wise, so showery really sums it up, I think. It's not exceptionally wet, it's not overly wet, but it is certainly a bit showery, it's a bit mixed, and yes, there are precipitation spikes coming at fairly regular intervals, albeit not huge amounts of rain. So, I mean, it's for London, so it's in the southeast, it's going to be a little bit sheltered if we're in an Atlantic-driven weather pattern. But it's a suggestion is just rather cool and showery, I think, now, through the first half of July. Temperature anomalies from the 30th of June to the 8th of July are below average. It's going to be cooler than average week coming up. Precipitation anomalies, not dramatically wet, but again, average 2 for northern areas, slightly above average for southern areas, maybe slightly below average, not particularly big deviations either way. It's a suggestion that it is rather showery and quite cool. This is the latest in terms of the wind direction and whatnot. So, yes, low pressure is in control of weather. This is from Earth Null School. Of course, we're including these in videos every day now. So you can see from the arrows that the wind direction is generally westerly, southwesterly, coming through rather like that. There's low pressure up here and there's low pressure here. So it's generally under an area of low pressure. The reason that the temperature is pretty cool, is so cool, is that you can see up here we're actually importing northerly a northerly air mass into this westerly. So the low pressure is incorporating a northerly wind or northerly air mass, if you like, coming around the low pressure, something like that. So although it's a westerly, and westerlies wouldn't be overly cold normally, it does incorporate air from quite a long way north, as we see from those white arrows coming around the depression and then into the UK from the west. So if this was winter, it wouldn't be too bad because there would be quite a long sea trek, of course. So the air is doing something a little bit like that. So it would be modified greatly in the winter by the Atlantic. Probably still a bit chilly, but it wouldn't be that bad. But at this time of year, that is going to be quite a cool air mass when we've got westerlies, but incorporating air from the north. So yes, that's why we are in pretty cool temperatures, or having pretty cool temperatures at the moment. This is how the UK Met is looking for Friday. So on Friday, we're trying to build up a little bit of extension from the Azores high. And for southern areas, actually, that does bring some dry and warm weather through the early part of the weekend down to the south, but in the north, it does look pretty wet and windy. That Sunday, again, it doesn't look too bad here down in the south. Mainly dry, I would have thought, and quite warm for southern areas. In the north, looks more unsettled with the UK Met. And then by Monday, this is Monday SIP, we're beginning to incorporate more of a northwesterly bend. We're pushing a cold front southwards. That's probably been rain into south. But ahead of it, it could actually be quite warm in this southeast corner. So this is where our little warm up with the upper air temperatures is coming from for the southeast round here. Comes from this ridge from the Azores high, which is quite a transient and temporary ridge, but probably enough to lift the temperature or make the temperature a little bit warmer over the weekend and into the start of next week down in the south. But in the north, it remains quite cool and quite unsettled. This is how the GFS is looking. So again, GFS for Friday looks unsettled for the north, a little bit drier perhaps down in the south. Over the weekend, less of a ridge for England and Wales, or for the south of England and Wales anyway. So the GFS generally looks quite unsettled for all of us, I think, over this weekend. Probably brings rain even down into the south, I would have thought, by Sunday. Then early next week, that low pressure moves off Scandinavia. We pull in this very cool and showery northwesterly wind. Through the middle part of next week, again, low pressure continues to move in from off the Atlantic, so it stays unsettled with GFS through to the second half next week, even up to day 10. We're generally in an unsettled air mass. In the more extended range with the GFS, we try and get a little bit of extension from the Azores high, but not really coming to a great deal. And right way up to the end of the GFS run, which today gets the 16th of July, it still looks pretty cool and pretty unsettled. So the GFS is properly going to town on unsettled weather now through the first half of July. GM looks like that. So again, we've got this ridge from the Azores on Friday, trying to bring some dry weather to the south, but the north still rather unsettled. Over the weekend, again, looks unsettled for the north, not as unsettled for England and Wales though. So there's question marks about this weekend. How unsettled will it be? How warm will it get down in the south? There's still questions we've got to answer about this weekend. Into next week, this is Monday, we bring a cold front in across the country, but ahead of it, it does look quite warm down in the south and the southeast. By the time we get through to Tuesday next week, we're all in a cool and showery northwesterly wind. And then moving up towards day 10, that's how we look. So again, we're trying to build some sort of a ridge from the southwest. The Azores high wants to ridge, but as long as these low pressures are rolling in over the top, it will stay quite changeable, particularly for the north. And then the ECM looks like that. So once again, on Friday, a little bit of an extension from the Azores high down in the south, quite unsettled up in the north. Early next, or over weekend into early next week, relatively warm down in the south, close to this little ridge from the Azores. So that could keep southern areas mainly dry and quite warm over weekend. Further north and west, it does look quite wet and windy, I have to say. By the early part of next week, we're all into cooler and unsettled weather with winds coming in from the northwest. That'll bring plenty of showers with it. Moving into the middle and second half next week, again the Azores high has a go ridging in, but we've got this spoiler low just here. This is a spoiler low that's going to stop the ridge as it rolls in over the top. And up to day 10, again, just rather cool and rather showery. That gets to the 10th of July, rather cool, rather showery, with the ECM as well at day 10. This is a precipitation forecast based on that ECM run from Tameteo.com. So showery for the next few days. Heavy showers, could be some thunder mixed in as well. That takes us up to the end of the week. It's also a bit wet and windy in the north and the west over the weekend, but down in the south, very little rain getting through to the south, so there could be some warm weather on offer for more southern areas. In the north, it will be an unsettled weekend. Early next week, then we turn windy into the northwest, turns cooler, and we bring those showers in from the north and from the northwest too. And as we get to day 10, with the ECM, that's how we look again. It is a little bit on the showery side and probably still quite cool. This is the option that's on the table within the ECM ensembles today for day 10 from the Icelandic Met Office. Gets us to the 10th of July. We have an area of 51 out of 51 members of the ECM ensembles are going for this. Have an area of above average heights out to our west, below average heights to our northeast. So yes, bit cool, bit showery, winds in from the northwest with that. As long as we're on that side of the ridge, as long as we're on the eastern side of the ridge, we're going to be pulling down the wind from the northwest because of the way the wind rotates around the ridge of high pressure. So we're on the cool side of the ridge, looks cool and showery up to the 10th of July with the ECM ensembles. In 2 weeks' time, this is the option that we've got. It's very similar, actually. This gets us to the 15th of July, mid-month. Again, there's a trough in over Scandinavia, trough of low pressure, ridge out in the middle of the Atlantic, a mid-Atlantic ridge, therefore, and a trough of low pressure over Scandinavia leaves us pulling in the wind from the northwest. So again, cool and showery, really, with the ECM ensembles up to the middle part of the month. No sign of a return, or a sustained return of summer anyway, up to mid-July with that, I'm afraid. And then finally we've got CFS V2, so just have a look at CFS for the next 4 weeks. So these are 500 millibar heights put down to week pairs. The first weekly pair will take us from today, the 30th of June, to the 6th of July. Coming week has above average heights to our southwest, below average heights are up to the north. Winds are coming in from the west. It suggests a reasonable amount of dry weather just to the south-southwest, but through most areas it's probably a bit on the cool and changeable side, especially in the north. Now, this is very different. This is week 2. This is very different to what any other model output is going for today. This is the 7th to the 13th of July. We've established it up to the middle of July, really today, the GFS, the ECM and the ECM ensembles, and probably the GFS ensembles too, are keen to keep it cool and unsettled. But look what the CFS V2 is doing, building a ridge of above average heights over and to the east of the country, placing us on the hot side of the ridge, sending low pressure up to the north with the jet stream going north as well. That will start to bring up much warmer, probably hotter air from the south. So that's a little bit confusing what's going on there with CFS, because that looks much warmer and drier for the second week of July. Week 3 carries it on. It's the 14th to the 20th of July, again with above average heights over and to the east of the country. We're on the warm side of the ridge there. If the ridge is just here, then we pull the wind in from the northwest. That's what most of the model output is doing today as we get to the middle of July. It has the ridge in the middle of the Atlantic, a trough over Scandinavia that places on the cool side of the ridge. But the CFS places on the warm side of the ridge. The ridge is to our east, and that means that we pull up these warm or even hot southerly winds potentially. And it goes on into week 4 really too. It's 21st, 27th of July. The high pressure is kind of over southern Scandinavia. Again, at the very least, it will bring the wind in from the east, if not the southeast. The CFS is looking pretty warm and dry for July, but there's no sign of that whatsoever within the shorter range model output today. So maybe the CFS is off on a tangent, and we've got to side with the shorter range. We shall see how it all plays out over the next few days. If anybody wants a return of summer in the first half of July, you'll be rooting for the CFS. If you're enjoying the cooler, fresher, more unsettled weather, then you'll be hoping that the shorter range GFS and ECM has this right. And lastly, can I just remind everybody to please click like, subscribe, and tell your friends about the channel. And we're going to get ourselves to 7k subs very, very shortly. We've just got another 34 to put on. So yeah, if everybody who subscribes brings a friend, then we will get to our 7k sub target that much quicker. But thank you so much, everybody, for all of the support. It's absolutely amazing the way you've been supporting GavsWeatherVids over the past few weeks and months. And as I say, we're going to keep bringing you the content that you are enjoying. But please, if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel, enable all notifications, click like on the video, let us know in the comments what you think, and don't forget to tell your friends to subscribe too. And 7k will be in sight very, very soon. Right, that's it for videos for today. I'm going to get that autumn update onto the autumn updates page at GavsWeatherVids.com tonight, hopefully with a written summary that goes with that as well. Tomorrow, 5-day forecast and a 10 to 14 day video update coming up too. I think I have Terry Scoley's forecast for July at the website as well tomorrow, so that'll be an interesting read. We always love to see what Terry has to say about weather. And we'll be live streaming from 6 o'clock tomorrow evening as well, so that should be a lot of fun. Right then, but for today's videos, that's all for now. Thanks for watching.